It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry and Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today. Get ready. The guys that will put your fears behind you are on the air now.
Nike versus real estate. Is that today?
Should be Nike, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, here we go.
Here's Tom and Jason.
All right, fellas, stand by. Here we go. Hot mics.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
You got the floating head shirt on today.
I do.
And it's
this is not
kind of
quite as green.
I know it's not. It's not. It's too light because if you notice, it's a darker
No,
green
that's
back there.
true.
Yeah.
So for our Dallas event. So for those of y'all in Dallas, we'll see you in Dallas tonight at Gillies. At what time does it start? 6:30?
Starts at 6, I believe.
6, okay.
Networking starts at 6, and then the event starts, or the stage starts at 7.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
The
The show, and then it goes till about 8:30, and then there's more networking afterwards.
And then 8:30 to midnight.
Yeah, right.
So
Although I'm gonna head out about 9. I'm gonna try and
okay.
catch the 10 o'clock flight back.
okay.
Decided I'm gonna fly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good deal.
so I can get a good night's rest and all that.
So, I don't know about you guys, but evidently this Nike thing, holy cow, I checked in social media
Oh,
yesterday. For a minute there, I thought nobody was doing real estate. It was amazing to me, just like all the crazy stuff that's going on. And this is, like I said, just contained to social media, I think. But I put up a poll, and then I took it down. I'm like, I wasn't sure how I wanted to go at this, but I find it fascinating. Here is... you and I have read The Millionaire Next Door.
Sure.
I'm a big fan of The Millionaire Next Door. And it's fascinating to me to see what people focus on because that illustrates what's important to them. And if you read The Millionaire Next Door, none of those guys and gals wear Nikes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. They're not buying Air Jordans, right? I mean, they're not buying any of that stuff that people get so worked up about.
They're buying Keds.
They're buying Allen Edmonds is what they're buying,
exactly
right?
right, sure.
So they don't buy Rolexes for themselves. They don't drive luxury cars. They don't, there's a lot of stuff that the wealthy do not do that when I watch social media, other people do.
Yeah, right.
And it makes me wonder sometimes when someone says that they're having a hard time in real estate. So let me back up to last Friday. So last Friday, I'm sitting there at the house, and it's like 3 or 4 o'clock, something like that. And I'm like, I might take a little nap. I could feel a nap coming on.
Naps are not overrated.
They are not overrated, right? And I knew that I was going to be up late that night because we were going camping, so we're going to take the RV and all that stuff. And so
that was the start of Labor Day.
That was the start of Labor Day,
right?
right? So I'm like, I'm going to take a little nap. So I fire up my iPad, and here comes this email from a wholesaler. I look at this deal, and I recognize where it was, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy this house. So I sent him a text. I'm like, hey, man, I want to buy this house. And then just for grins, I pull up on HAR, and there's like 4 more houses.
Yeah.
So then I texted Audra, our agent. I'm like, hey, can you make offers on all 4 of these? And she goes, yeah, I'm sitting in line right now to pick up the kids in the carpool lane, but I'll get you contracts. So within like 10 minutes, I guess she can do it all from her phone now.
Sure, right.
So she does it all from her phone and bang, fire these contracts out. Well, lo and behold, yesterday, which would be Tuesday, we have 2 out of 3 of those under contract.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there. I didn't even think about this, but on Friday, how many people are making offers on Friday, the day of Labor Day?
No, man. No.
You're not supposed to do that.
No, you're off. Come on, man. You take a break. You're off. Quit making money. You're off.
Stop that.
Stop that. Quit.
So we made 14 offers. 6 have been accepted. 1's been rejected. 1 is a backup. And the remainder we're waiting to hear back from the sellers. And I know what happened this weekend. Nobody was working on the real estate portfolio. Instead, we're whining and crying about stuff like what Colin Kaepernick, a has-been quarterback, is doing. Yeah, exactly, right? Who is that
I'm
guy?
not a sports fan like you are.
Yeah.
I mean, I really, yeah.
He was a washed-up quarterback before he even started
49ers, I think.
Yeah, 49ers,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
So everyone is so worked up over that. I'm like, if you were so worked up over, I don't know, building wealth instead and spending your time making offers on MLS. These are MLS deals. Some of these things have been sitting on the market for like 150 days and people pass on. I'm like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm going to start building wealth here. And that's what I recommend for everybody. Just start buying these things. Start making offers. You can't buy any houses if you're not making offers. And it's amazing to me how many people are, oh, I don't know, Jason. We'll hear it tonight in Dallas. There's no deals out there. I'm like, really? There aren't? Open your phone up right now. We're going to make 10 offers.
So I was listening to the radio coming back from Galveston this weekend because I went there with my daughter and heard a statistic. We were listening to KSBJ coming back, and they said, hey, a study just came out. What do you think the average number of hours per American that spends in front of a screen on a daily basis? Screen time. Now, this is TV screen, computer screen, or smartphone, right?
It's got to be at least 10 hours a day.
11 hours a day, including how many hours a day in front of a TV?
Oh, I bet it's 2 hours a day.
4.
No kidding.
4 hours a day on average in front of a TV. 11 hours total in front of a smartphone, or excuse me, in front of a screen. All the screen.
Wow.
11 hours a day.
Now, Tom, what if you took that 4 hours in front of the TV screen and replaced that with, I don't know, MLS?
But you can't find any deals on MLS.
We're making an offer right now on a 10-house package that they are going to owner finance to us.
Yeah.
They're even giving us the money.
Yeah.
I don't, and it's right there on, it's been on MLS for God knows how long. And it's like, there's no deals out there. Yes, there are.
Yeah.
It's literally as easy as opening up your computer. Of course, you got to know what you're looking for, right? I mean, let's not minimize that. You do have to have some education, right? You got to be educated on the type of property, what kind of rehab, how to manage the property management company, what type of rehab to do. You got to be, educated on how to raise the money and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to minimize that, but a lot of this stuff is just action. It's taking action.
Sure. That's where you're going to learn most of the information that you need to learn. In fact, I was telling you before the show, I'm eating healthier now. Cutting out dairy, cutting out most meats. Anyhow, I allow myself 6 cheat weeks a year, but want to start cooking more at home. Instead of eating out so much, you want to, and it's like I don't really know how to cook. Never really learned that skill set, right? And so I could dive in. I could buy a cookbook. I could read a book on how to do it, which that takes a long time, right? That's one way that you can learn things. And I decided, hey, what are some shortcuts on learning how, right? Yep. So there's a place, I'll give them a plug on the air, Sunbasket. Went to sunbasket.com, ordered. They've got a 3-meal package, just kind of a starter kit. And they send you all the ingredients, all pre-measured, all pre-cut. You've got and then you follow the recipe, right? Now, could I go out and build a Sunbasket business now? Probably not. But can I cook a meal? Yes, yeah. I can cook a meal. And my daughter's like, oh my God, Dad, you're cooking. I'm like, well, sort of.
Yeah, let's hold on there.
But here's what when I was younger, I probably would have wanted to figure it out all by myself. But now that I've gotten older, I'm like, man, I want to take the shortcut. Give me the recipe that tastes good.
Yeah.
And then once I have the recipe, I can follow that recipe. Man, Chloe's like, "Oh my God, Daddy, the food tasted great and the presentation was good too." And I was like, "Yeah, what can I say?
Well, I'm good. What can I say?
What can I say?"
But I think that's an excellent analogy to what we do in Right Path, right? I mean, It's like, here's the recipe, here are the ingredients. You're gonna have to do the work.
Yes.
It's a simple business. Is it easy? You're gonna have to do some work.
Yes.
But it's a simple business. It's you take the ingredients, here's all the stuff you need, now go put them together and buy some real estate.
Absolutely.
It's that simple.
If you had knowing what you know now, if you had everything to do over again, to start over, take you back to 2010, 2011 when you got started?
Yeah.
Knowing what you know now, what would you do first if you were starting all over, but you know what you know now?
What would I do first?
Yeah, what would you do?
That's a great question. You know what I would do? Oh, this is a good question.
Yeah.
I would literally go sit at Quest IRA.
Yeah.
And I would raise a boatload of private money.
Yeah.
And then I would just go out and buy as much cash flowing single family real estate as I could get my hands on. And I wouldn't care. And I'm doing this now. I wouldn't even care if it's quote a deal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not looking for, 70% minus repair deals. Are those out there? Sure, you got to do a lot of marketing, a lot of sales, all that. But in the long run, it doesn't make sense to do. I mean, just
Well,
buy
give an example.
as
Like
much stuff as you get
we
your
bought
hands
that
on.
house, the great deal out near the coast. Point Comfort. Over near Point Lavaca. Bought a house for $9,000, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. I mean, is that a good deal? Yeah, it's a good deal. But if I said, okay, now I want to buy 100 of those, man, that might take 200 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to own that market, right?
Right. But in that price range, you say, oh, I want to be out of pocket $9,000, right? I want to be able to pay cash $9,000 for a house that's livable, essentially, right? And so then the question becomes at what point is your deal scalable? So can you buy a 50% deal? Yeah, you can. I mean,
we buy them. Right?
Yeah, technically this was like a 12% deal, right? I mean, we bought it 12% of ARV minus, or maybe 20% minus repairs, right? 20% minus repairs. Are those deals out there? Not a lot of them.
I'm sure they're there.
They are there. Are there hundreds of them? No. If you want to go buy 100 houses, I mean, run the math. If you bought 100 houses at retail using other people's money versus you buy 10 at 70% minus repairs, where you would be 10 years later, that would be a good comparison.
Oh, I can do the math for you right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy 100 houses this year that cash flow that, let's say you're buying at 80 or 85% minus repairs versus trying to get these things at 65 or 70. It's going to take you longer, but I'll tell you what, you can buy 100 in a year. That's not hard. Now, buying 20, 30, 40 of these things, 70% minus repairs, that's a whole different animal, right?
Absolutely.
That's a whole different animal. And I can tell you right now, just based off the appreciation alone, when you're looking at 6% a year in appreciation, you'll win in the long term. The guy that can buy more faster will win, even if they're paying 15% more.
Yes.
They will win faster, even in the short term.
Yes. So I got a question here. Morning, fellas. What do you guys think about using QuickBooks Pro for your financial tracking needs? I keep reading a lot about QuickBooks for landlords, but not necessarily investors who use property managers. Any recommendations for software on how to manage your property managers? Yeah, we use QuickBooks in all of our companies. So
QuickBooks works.
QuickBooks works.
Or even Excel. I mean, if you don't have that many properties, it's not
right.
Not that
Hey, the music tells us right Path Real Estate 713-785-1817. Got to go to a break.
Oh, we got some party music here.
Hey, Nikki, will you turn that up a little bit louder so we can hear it? Because it's like really, really faint in the headset.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, can you... and you know what? I bet I'm really loud, huh?
You're hot, huh?
Yeah. No, that one there.
You're on 2, right?
Yeah, right.
How's that?
Yeah.
Was the level, or was the music too low?
Yeah. When it starts, because I can just barely hear it.
I can turn you up. How's that?
No, I was good before.
Oh, okay.
What I know is just from those settings. Could you hear that music? I mean, it was so faint.
barely,
Right. That's what I was saying.
NMLS 514497.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you.
Yeah, I heard that Nike story, just a snippet before, and I'm like,
Call 346.
they say all publicity is good publicity, right?
I don't think so.
No, yeah, right.
I don't buy that.
Yeah.
Time is money in a real estate deal.
And then it's interesting because I just finished reading that book, Shoe Dog, and
you need a quick
really,
have binders and the agency for that.
Feel like I got to know Phil Knight quite, which he obviously doesn't run the company anymore, right? He's chairman of the board, but he doesn't run day to day, and probably wasn't in on this decision. But
leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353.
I think the problem I would have is, let's say I'm a shareholder, I didn't get a vote,
right?
And
Are you looking
they had
for
a
an
$4 billion
investor-friendly contractor for your investment
write
property?
down in their
Then call Fast
in
Track
their
Remodeling at 832
shares yesterday. I mean,
742
it's like
9992,
you get a
or
vote
reach us
on
on the
that.
web
Yeah.
at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk.
We did the escape
This is
game
exactly
on
why we started Next
Sunday.
Gen
That's
Appraisal.
fun, isn't it?
Oh my
Next
God,
Gen
it was
is
a
a group of
blast.
appraisers specializing in investment
We did the one
real
over there in
estate.
City
We
Center.
understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of
Yeah,
what their
right.
property is worth,
Yeah, Daniel,
but
you're right. Not when you
comprehensive
lose
analysis
$4
of the
billion in
market.
market cap overnight.
Give Next Gen a call at
Oops.
713-346-9911.
Yeah, you know, billion here, billion there, 4 billion. Pretty soon you're talking real money.
Yeah, it just gets to be real money at some point.
Yeah.
Taxes. Just the sound of that word makes people cringe.
Oh, they'll make it up in Bitcoin.
Which I saw. I read a report this morning that that's at like 12-month lows or something. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, but see,
Crypto's getting crushed.
see all the people that are in the know, they're out of Bitcoin and into Litecoin.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
whatever.
Completely different. I was having this conversation yesterday with a what are the sub 20 sub 30-year-olds called now?
Millennials, is it? No.
I don't know.
Purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible.
Other than lacking wisdom, and what are they called?
Help you with repair costs.
All right, if there's any young listeners, not meant to offend,
Got this new coin called Moron Coin.
yeah, it's gonna be all the rage.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Who's interested in Moron Coin?
It's the coin for people that don't know math.
Which should be most people.
Right. Yeah.
Networking
You're not real
opportunities,
good at math,
and
are
the
you?
ability to
Yeah.
tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals.
Why are
Come
these
by
other
our
they
office
must
or
be
join us
single
remotely
family. That's
as we
why.
simulcast
What's that?
all of our
Some of these
educational
duplexes are
classes
not coming up.
every
I think
Tuesday
they have them
morning
listed as
and
single
evening.
family as well.
For information,
Duplexes are
call
single
at 1
family.
I know, but in
Oh.
hard, when you hit multifamily on
or
the,
visit our website at
it usually pulls up the.
That's up to the agent. How
Right,
the agent
right.
lists them, right?
All right, guys, hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. You know, one of the things that makes us unique in the marketplace in terms of what we teach, yeah, pre-calculus is hard, that's right. But, you know, it's all, if you think pre-calculus is hard, you should try calculus. And
It's so the little inside joke.
Yeah.
It's all pre-calculus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved it when I was in undergrad and they say, "Oh, we're taking pre-calculus." I'm like, "Well, my 5-year-old's taking
Yeah, right,
pre-calculus
yeah.
right now. I mean, everything's pre-calculus, right?"
Yeah. If you had a 3-year-old, they're learning to count on their fingers. That's pre-calculus,
That's
right?
pre-cal,
'Cause
right.
It's not calculus.
Yeah.
And it comes before calculus.
That's right.
And so it's pre-calculus.
We just lost half the audience.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't understand.
So,
get back
so
to talking about real estate.
used to have 3 duplexes in the Lake Dallas area. I know that I did it totally wrong. I lost them about 10 years ago. Now I want to purchase 20 buy and hold houses for cash flow the right path real estate way. How hard will that be for someone trying again? Yeah, it's not hard at all. Yeah. In fact, if AJ, if you're or I guess it's Al J. So Al, if you're in Dallas, I assume you're coming to our Dallas event tonight. So, yeah.
Hey, Al, if we see you tonight, do me a huge favor. Look up those 3 duplexes in the Lake Dallas area and see what they're renting for.
Yeah.
If you want, we'll pull them up tonight. We'll take a look at them. If you were able to have hold on to those 10 years ago. You know, it was interesting. I was chatting with a gentleman at the Quest IRA event. We talked about this last week, and he lost all of his portfolio in the crash. And I said, if you were able to survive the crash, how much up would you be?
Yeah.
You know, and it was, I can't remember, 10 million,
20.
20 million.
It was
20
20
million.
20 million,
He
yeah.
would have been up 20 mil. And you look at that
In 10
number.
years.
Yeah, in 10 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
Now, and how much would he have needed to hang on?
that's a good question. So next time I see him, I know that I'll see him, usually he's at the RCC event.
Yeah,
so I'll
right.
see him at the RCC event.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. And I've been thinking we might want to drag him on a radio
Yeah.
show if he's willing to do it. But it'd be great to sit down and go through those numbers. I bet he needed $250,000 in cash just to ride out.
Yeah.
You know, the bad times there, and he would have been up 20 mil. I mean, now when you're in the thick of all that and the whole world's falling apart and all
Yeah.
that, I know it's hard to. It's hard.
If you
to
don't have
a clear head.
250,000,
Yeah.
then whether it's 250,000 or 250 billion, it's all seems the same, right? I mean, if you're in a hole, I mean, the size of the hole really doesn't matter. If
and of course back then, what people seem to forget is when a crash happens, all of a sudden nobody wants to touch real estate.
Yeah.
That's why houses are going for like $1. Because everyone's freaking out and they're like, these houses aren't going to be worth anything anymore. And of course, you're looking around, and you're like, that has got to be the stupidest thing you've ever heard, right? Of course, they're going to be worth something. They're just not worth something today.
Yeah.
So I'd love to ask him, and we'll sit down and do the math.
In fact, that's one of the things that people bring up now from time to time is, that they're worried about that what if another real estate crash happens where, because like I remember you could buy houses back in 87, 88, 89 in that area. You could buy houses in Alief, for example, for $30,000, $25,000, $30,000. And they're like, well, what if that, right now they're, $160,000, $170,000 houses. Well, what if that happened again? And I'm like, well, there's a lot of factors that went into that would be nearly impossible to duplicate. And then in addition to that, since then, we have a lot more managed money in hedge funds. I mean, capital looking for a place to go. And then even in the last crash, 2008, 2009, 2010, that's when all these hedge funds realized that, hey, there's a floor. They stepped in with cash and said, and that was a lot of the problems with people that were buying in 2010, 2011, is that they were able to buy foreclosures at a discount to the retail marketplace in that price range. But then the retail marketplace dried up, so they were the market makers, and all that means is that whatever price those investors were buying at, if they're buying at, let's say, 100 when the houses used to be at 120 retail, then now that's the new comp. When investors go,
you're chasing the falling knife, so to speak, right?
But it's worse than that. You're like, you want to buy at a discount to retail,
right?
But when there is no retail, now if I'm buying a house for 100, how much? And I'm an investor, and you're an investor also. Investors are paying 100,
right? So you close first at 100,
yeah, right?
And I'm like, well, I don't want to pay 100. I want to pay 80,
right? Exactly. And then now I'm going to close my third house, right? And I'm like, well, he paid at 80. I want to pay 64 because I only pay 80%. And now we're driving. Well, some third guy's going to go, you two guys are idiots.
That's right.
I'll buy as many as I can at 100.
That's why I like to say the adult shows up and says, I'll buy all that for under 100.
Right.
Let you morons do whatever you're doing. I'll buy all that under 100.
Yes.
I want it all.
Yeah, and what happens is, what people don't realize is that it's great for all the investors that are able to buy those properties because all the retail buyers, they're not buying those houses, but they still need a place to live, and they prefer to live in a house versus an apartment, so they become your tenants. So it's great for landlords. So all that to say that we've got the ability right now to compare, and it's one of the things that we talk about at our Wealth and Income Workshop. It's a free workshop. It takes about an hour, and we compare real estate versus stocks versus bonds versus crypto. In fact, we ask the audience when you show up, hey, what do you want us to compare it to? And we talk about there's 5 different ways to make money in single-family real estate on the buy and hold side. Plus, there's a bonus 6th way that we talk about.
Bonus.
Yeah, so you have to show up to find out what the bonus way is. But the only downside is that it's harder to buy property right now with no money out of pocket if you're going to do buy and hold. Can you do it? Yes, it can be done. Could you take a second? Could you go down to Quest IRA and get 100% financing on up to 85 or 90%? Yes, you could do that. But just going traditional financing routes, if you can put 20% down, you can buy these till the cows come home. However, I mean, what if... Question we get a lot. What if I don't have that 20% on a $150,000 house times, 100 houses, right? I mean, that's a big chunk of money.
Yeah.
So if you want to learn how to flip houses, we can teach you how to do that. So you can get chunks of money, at a time, or we can teach you how to wholesale houses. So you can get chunks of money that way as well. So
we're the only real estate club that says, hey, the end goal here is to lend in real estate or to be a landlord, right?
Yes.
And for those of you who don't have $1 million in cash sitting out there, you're going to have to do a little wholesaling, a little flipping.
Yeah.
And that will give you chunks of cash to buy more rental properties or to lend, and do joint ventures and all that other stuff in real estate. We're the only club that teaches those 4 ways to be successful in real estate.
But Jason, what about commercial real estate?
Yeah, here's what I'll tell you. We're good at one thing, and that's single family.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of commercial right now. I think there's way too many dollars chasing way too few deals.
Yeah.
And you're not getting, here's the other thing. You're not getting 10, 20, 30, 40% rates of return in commercial. You're just not.
No.
So until that market changes, and it will, I don't think there's a big buying opportunity.
In fact, we were in a meeting yesterday, and there was, feedback from one of our guys that works with us. They went to lunch with somebody that is in multifamily right now, and he's saying, we know a bunch of people. So many people come to us like, why don't you teach multifamily? And we're just saying because now's not the time to be putting money in multifamily. Awful. And we explain the reasons why, and we don't have time in the show to go through all the reasons why, but come to our free, wealth and income workshop, and we go into all those details about why not multifamily right now. And there's a lot of reasons, but there are a lot of other people that are, teaching, hey, get involved in multifamily because they make money teaching how to get involved in multifamily.
Right.
And last month, I think you looked up the number, how many multifamily deals sold in all of the greater Houston area for the month.
It's like 7.
Yeah, it's like 7. And then by comparison, how many single-family houses sold just on MLS?
I want to say it was. I think
we broke a record, right?
I think we just broke 8,000 or 9,000.
It was 10. It's the first time we did over 10,000.
That may be all properties. Let me look here. I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah.
So the question really is do you have a better chance of fighting over 7 multifamily deals in a month or 10,000 single-family houses?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll take 10,000 single-family houses all day long and twice on Sunday.
Right.
So July 2018. Total property sales, 9,559.
Yeah.
That's in single-family home sales broke 8,000 at 8,108. So you can fight over the 7 multifamily deals that everybody in the country, actually internationally, because we've got international money in Houston buying multifamily. Same thing in Dallas. We can fight over 6 or 7 deals a month.
Yeah.
Or you can go buy 1 or 2 of the 8,108 houses that get sold in a month on MLS.
Yes.
That's your choice.
But what about if I want to buy multifamily in secondary or tertiary markets?
Yeah. If you want to buy stuff in Waco and you want to buy stuff in wherever, I mean, I guess Corpus is considered a secondary market. Wichita Falls. I'm trying to think of what's a good set. Beaumont, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, you can if you want to. It's just the problem is that those markets are a lot more volatile.
Yes.
We run into a guy every now and then up in Dallas that'll tell me, "Well, Jason, you understand the cap rates here in Dallas are 4 or 5%. So I've gone out to Buckswana, middle of nowhere, West Texas, where I'm getting like 8 caps." And I said, "You don't seem to understand. Those two things are not equal."
Yeah, right. I'm getting twice the return.
I'm getting twice. I'm like, you don't really understand how. What's the risk? What's the difference in risk? I could sleep soundly buying stuff in Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, and Houston. When I get in some of these middle of nowhere markets,
what's interesting is he doesn't say, "Hey, in lieu of a 4 cap in Dallas on a multifamily, I'd rather go to an 8 cap in Botswana, West Texas. Why not go to Dallas single family and get a 20 cap? Yeah, right.
Get a 20% rate of return.
Right.
I don't get it.
Hey, you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. or 30 or 35%.
Yeah. It's getting. So I told Ryan yesterday.
Yeah.
Because evidently some of these properties have contracted some of our members have passed on. So I'm like, okay, I can see the pin case study right here, guys.
The question of if you have movement, it wins. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary peer work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before ever repair. Call 346-702-3825.
Man, the prices have skyrocketed over there on Meadow Village.
Yeah.
Or you can read
Yeah.
us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
Hi, Clint Coons here, attorney and avid real estate investor. You know the greatest mistake real estate investors make is not understanding
Oh, that's no
the potential
fun.
liability that exists from owning real estate. At Anderson Business, Legal, and Tax Advisors, we specialize in protecting real estate investors in all 50 states. In addition to structuring your business for optimum protection, we provide guidance so you pay the least amount of taxes available under the law. We have 150 employees that range from lawyers to CPAs to estate planners and much more. Download our free ebook, The Invisible Investor Strategy, today at AndersonAdvisors.com or call for a free risk reduction analysis. And
Successful eviction. Constable showed up.
Anderson Business Advisors will help you keep more of what you earn. Call us today at 800-706-4741 and mention Right Path Real Estate.
Yeah, we actually got possession of 2 properties in the last 48 hours.
Oh, perfect.
24 hours, actually. We did a cash for keys yesterday. That's the friendly way.
We ready?
We're ready.
All right, gentlemen, hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. If you're listening on terrestrial radio, thanks for joining us. And if you're listening on the Book of Faces, again, thanks for joining us. On the Book of Faces, you actually get to hear our conversations during the breaks and things like that. So I stepped away, make a phone call. We had an eviction going on, actually executing an eviction today.
Yeah, so we got a writ of possession, and the Popo showed up to help us.
Constable showed up at 9, and then
help somebody move out.
Yeah, I had a locksmith there, had moving guys there, and moved all the stuff out to the front yard, and then you know, whenever we buy a property that's occupied, we always contact the tenant.
Yep.
Typically, lease is already expired. They're on a month-to-month, right? Whatever. And then, then we send a notice of termination of the lease, and then we also always try and do this the friendly way, right? Cash for keys. Hey, you can be out in 10 days. It's $2,000 or $1,500, whatever, and that goes down $100 every day. You know, whatever, right?
Yep.
And that's the carrot. And we always, hey, man, we want to be nice about this. We'd like to work together.
Just to let you know, you're moving.
Yes. Yeah.
Regardless of what happens,
right.
It's time to move.
Yes, time to move. Yeah. Your presence in our property is no longer required or requested.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then or if we don't do it that way, then the other way we could do it is we could do it the less friendly way. And and so far I think we're 100% on evictions.
Yeah, we've never lost.
Yeah, we've never lost an eviction. And it was interesting because, like, the guy that got evicted today, I mean, we were trying to do, the friendly way before, and they actually, it was interesting because they appealed the eviction. They showed up to eviction court and they lost, and then you have 5 days to appeal it, right? Mm-hmm. And they actually filed a pauper's appeal, which basically said they didn't have the money to file the $500. But in their statement, they said that in their checking account they had over $50,000, and I'm like, well,
whoa, wait a second.
So they lost. So then there's a hearing on the pauper's appeal, and,
right.
they lost that. They're like, you're not a pauper because you told
got
us
some money.
You got some money. So then they didn't appeal after they lost the pauper's appeal, and so Popo was out today. So thank you, officer. I won't give your name over the airwave, but thanks. Everything went smoothly, and then Tom, thanks. You guys plan on coming to your workshop and hope to get invited to join your mastermind group. So. Yeah, Al, so we'll be there tonight, and we'll be talking about what the different options are in terms of events that we've got coming up and things like that. What I'll tell you is that when people want to do something, there have been times in my life where I've said, hey, you know what? I really want to get involved in X, Y, or Z. And give you an example. I wanted to learn, we're good friends with Scott Carson.
Yes.
The best note guy in the country.
Yeah, bar none.
Bar none. And so I met him at an event. In fact, met him at an event here in Houston, and I was a speaker at the event when I was actively involved in Fast Track, and then he was a speaker at the event. And what was fascinating, I don't know if you know the story. What got me interested in notes?
Oh yeah, you told me the story. The apartment guy and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was number 2 customer for Home Depot in all of Houston. I'm like, well, I'm kind of a competitive guy. So if I'm number 2, who's number 1? And it was this guy out of Dallas. He owned like 6,800 doors in Houston and Dallas. Bought a lot of appliances through Home Depot and all that kind of stuff. And he was apparently kicking my tail pretty robustly as a larger client. And so then I got invited as a large client of Home Depot's to go to see a Dynamo game, in the Home Depot suite, and he was invited to go as well. Well, it turns out he didn't go, but he sent his right-hand man. Turns out we've become pretty good friends and all that. And through that, so I'm like, well, how did this guy buy so many doors? And turns out he was buying non-performing notes from the banks, and he'd end up through the notes would foreclose on these apartments, right? So I'm like, wow, what a brilliant strategy. So instead of going to the foreclosure auction and all that, so then I'm like, can you do that on single-family houses? In less than a week. I mean, it's amazing how – just watched The Secret again with my daughter. She'd never seen it. So this past weekend, watched the movie The Secret, The Law of Attraction. And it's amazing how when you start putting things out in the universe, you kind of attract those things. What you're thinking about gets attracted to your life, right? So here I'm like, I wonder if you could do that with single-family. And less than a week later, I'm speaking on stage. Another speaker on the same stage, Scott Carson. And now I'd say we're pretty good friends.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the kind of guy that, I look forward to seeing, give him a big hug. He's a bear-sized man, right? Give him a big bear hug. Hey, Scott, when's your next event? Oh, well, I'm doing an event like in 3 weeks. You're not doing one sooner than that? I mean, because first thing is, like, action takers like, when's the soonest I can learn? How?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't want to learn 6 months from now.
Yeah.
I don't want to learn 12 months from now. It's like, I'm ready to take action now.
Yeah, right.
And he goes, sorry, dude, 3 weeks. I'm like, all right. Clear my calendar. Oh, guess what? I had something 3 weeks. Guess what? It's so important to me. I'm like, okay, that can make me a ton of money. The thing that I've already got on my calendar, the Little League game, the soccer, whatever it is, that's not going to make me $1 million, right?
All right.
Okay, well, it's going to be in Houston, right? Because I'm in Houston. Got to be all about me. Got to be convenient.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Scott, is it in
inconvenient.
Houston?
Yeah, I want to make $1 million, but can't be inconvenienced in any way, shape, form, or fashion, right? And no, it's in San Jose.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, and then I've never been to San Jose, so I googled the song. Do you know the way to San Jose? Sorry.
You know what's funny? When I went to his note school, I'm like, hey man, I need to go out and check out the show. And he said, okay, so I got this one in San Antonio, this one in Austin, and I was like, And he said, but then I have this note class in Miami, and I was like, see you in Miami.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course.
Like, I don't want. I've been to San Antonio. I've been to Austin. Like,
so flew out, saw the show in San Jose. And got a chance to visit San Jose and all that, but learned a lot. But I'll tell you what's amazing about that event is I'm already in real estate. I mean, I understood, knew the construction side and all that, but he had so many tips and techniques and tools, and there was no way I could. I mean, I was a note-taking fiend, and there was no way I could absorb it all.
Yeah, it's impossible.
So I'm like, all right, when's your next one? And he goes, well, next month I'm doing one in San Diego. I'm like, okay, we'll win. Oh, dang it, I've already got something on the calendar. So what? It's like, I'm going to be there. So I went to back-to-back events in back-to-back months, one in San Jose, one in San Diego, and I'm like, people in Dallas won't come to Houston.
Yeah, I don't get that.
People in Austin won't. I'm like, what? Now, I'll tell you what. We have
in Dallas.
We have successful clients that have come in from San Francisco. We have successful clients that have come in from Seattle. We've had successful clients coming from Kansas City and from Florida and Denver and on and on and on and on and on. And what I can tell you is, action takers take action, and they don't make excuses of any kind for any reason. They do it.
Yeah.
And people that are not action takers will make any excuse. And I remember talking to a guy in Dallas, and you probably remember this conversation. It was coming up probably on a year ago. And I said, you know, your biggest struggle in terms of being successful in real estate is you've got a really good life.
Yeah.
But you want your life to be great, and you're only willing to take micro changes in your life.
Yeah, if you could make me really wealthy and I don't have to do a lot of work, I just kind of hang out.
Yeah, basically, while I'm having my manicure done, if you could make me some really wealthy stuff, just do it all for me.
But how many people do that in their business when they're waiting for the wholesaler to make them a millionaire? Like, Jason, you understand, I'm on all these wholesalers' email lists.
And there's no deals.
And there's no deals out there. I'm like, let me get this straight. You're waiting for a wholesaler or a real estate agent to email you into wealth.
Yeah.
Email you into prosperity. I'm like, I don't understand that. That's not how the world works. Sorry.
I remember when I got involved in there's only 2 network marketing businesses I've ever been involved in. And one of them, I'm like, hey, when's the next time the guys that owns this thing is going to be speaking? And I was there. Drove to San Antonio because it was like, I was asking on a Sunday night, and they said, well, he's speaking on Tuesday. And I'm like, where? Hopefully it's in Houston. No, it's not in Houston. Oh, well, I didn't go, when's the next time he's going to be in Houston?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, anywhere. I can get anywhere.
It's amazing. If you think, it's so inexpensive to fly somewhere, to go to a class, and I don't understand it.
Yeah.
This isn't like 50 years ago when it was like $500 to fly on a plane. It's so cheap.
Yeah. Even last minute, I was like, I was comparing when we had the membership with the private airline, right? And and what it costs right now, like for $500, you can go round trip in the same day.
Yeah.
To just about anywhere on Southwest. Like, I'm gonna fly to Dallas, like later this afternoon, like around 2, and I'll be there at 3, and then I'm gonna catch the 10 o'clock flight back. So round trip, it's gonna be like $500, and I'm like, you can get almost anywhere for that.
And if you have a car, you can drive anytime. It's amazing.
It's crazy, right?
It's amazing.
And normally I would drive.
But we'll run into a bunch of people in Dallas like, wow, your next weekend event's in Houston?
Yeah.
It's really far. I'm like, well, you don't drive there and back every day. Just drive down. They have these temporary quarters called hotels.
What?
You could stay at a hotel.
Or Airbnb. If you want to stay at a house, like you can rent a room. Yeah.
You can rent a mattress.
Right. Yeah.
The inflatable mattress at somebody's.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Airbnb's
or any excuse will do.
Yeah.
Right. Because if you want to do something bad enough, nothing is going to stand in your way. But if you don't want to do something, any old excuse will do. You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. If you want to call and ask any questions, you can give us a call, 713-785-1817, 713-785-1817. Surely there's something that you want to ask today that if you got this one question answered, it would get you to the next level that you want to be in your real estate investing career, whether it's buy and hold, wholesaling, buy, fix, and flip. Let's talk about it on the other side of the break. You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio.
Mic's off.
Yeah.
Real estate investors, do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending has originated over 2,000 loans in Texas, valued at over $250 million. Jet Lending will help you evaluate your deals for free and give you feedback on value, cost of repairs, and potential loan amount. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com. Oh, and don't forget about our famous Third Wednesday Super Investor Networking Meeting. Lots of fun, lots of great real estate talk. We'll see you there.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before ever repair. Call 346-702-3825 or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property.
30
Problem
seconds.
is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
This is Business 1110.
All right, guys, hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. If you have any questions, you can go to the Book of Faces, like our page, Right Path Real Estate, or you can call us 713-785-1817. So what do you want to talk about in the last 4 minutes of the show?
Well, I mean, how do you one of the things you said is, hey, what would you do differently if you could do it all over again? And I'll tell you one thing, knowing what I know now, the problem is that you can't do that.
Right? Yeah, right.
So to get the knowing what you know now, you've got to get some education.
Yes.
And like I said, we're the only club that teaches all 4 ways to make money in real estate.
Yes.
So if you've been at another real estate club that, let's just say, just does landlording, or you've been at another club where all they teach is flipping, we teach all 4 ways to make money in real estate because we do all 4 ways,
Yes.
right? I mean, it's not just, this isn't theory, right? This
Right.
isn't, oh, I did this once in 1987. Like, that's not us. We do this every single day.
I had somebody riding with me in the car yesterday, and they heard me make a phone call to somebody, and they're like, "Man, you are really good on the phone."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, yeah, that comes from practice. If you knew the number of phone calls that I've made in a sales situation, and I was able to be real direct with somebody without offending them and creating that kind of situation." And I said, and it reminded me of you in this situation. And I said, I know how to ride a bike, right? But the more you do, and I've ridden a bike quite a bit, nowhere near the number of miles that you have. And you haven't ridden a bike as much as like a Tour de France guy has, right?
Yeah.
So the more you do something, there's nuances that you pick up that you really don't understand until you get to that level. So that's where I feel like we are when it comes to this real estate and single family. Is there's so many nuances that there are that you need the person coaching you that's been there, done that's to be able to help you get where you want to go.
It's the classic, can you count the seams on the fastball?
Yeah,
when
right.
It's being thrown at you.
Yeah.
And most people are like, oh, that was quick. And
Yeah.
It's like, but
Bregman
the pros
can.
But the pros can,
Bregman
right?
can.
The
Altuve
pros
can.
see it,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And that's what makes, now, you can get there on your own.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a long time.
Yeah, right.
Or you can shortcut the process and come on out to one of our free events.
Well, you need to start with our Wealth and Income Workshop. It's free. Go to rightpathrealestate.com, register for that, because one of the things that we find is people are trying to compress time. And so do you have the time to learn it all on your own? When you start learning how much it takes, Google the rule of 25 and just start understanding how much you need to have under the conventional wisdom and to be able to retire with the amount of money that you want to retire on. And the trouble is most people have no goals in terms of where they're trying to get to. And that's where we start with. We're going to fix some of the things that you don't even know are broken.
30 seconds.
And not only do we know the questions that you want to ask us, we know the right questions that you should be asking, not the ones that you want to ask. So show up. We'll take good care of you. Right Path Real Estate. Go to rightpathrealestate.com. If you're in Dallas, we're coming to you, and then you can come to us. Take action. Be there. I know traffic, but Tom, the traffic. It's free parking, free food, free beverage, free education. Put away your excuses. Go there tonight. Thanks. I'll be back on the air tomorrow. Thanks for listening, guys.
All right, mic's off. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye. Kill Facebook.